back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad you all found me today. I just want to say one really quick note. I am so thankful and grateful for those who have been watching me because I am having so much fun making this channel. So I'm really, really appreciative. If you don't know me, again, my name is Tiffany. My channel is mostly about cozy mysteries, but from time to time, I will be having some other fun videos. And today I'm continuing my Spotlighting Cozy series. This is where we look at different subgenres and themes within cozies, and I tell you what's out there to read. Let me know in the comments below after watching this video which of these series that you're really interested in reading, which of these series are your favorites. That way I know to bump that one up in my own TBR. And anything else that you want to talk about. Down there's also the place to let me know if there's any spotlights you want to see. I have a lot of different ideas for spotlights, but if there's one that you're super interested in, let me know below. On your way down to comment, don't forget to stop, hit the subscription and the notification bell because that's going to tell you when I put out new videos each and every single week. All right, guys, let's continue spotlighting cozies, looking at culinary cozies in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, guys, I just have a few notes before we jump into our list. The first one is there were no I and J's, so we're starting with authors, starting with the last name K today. My second note is for this particular spotlight, I am excluding bakeries, wineries, breweries, coffee shops, candy shops, chocolate shops. There might be a couple other things, and that's just because there are so many of those, they can have their own spotlight. They will, don't worry, it'll actually be coming very soon because they are some of my absolute favorites. This spotlight for culinary cozies is just going to include all the other books that could be considered a culinary cozy mystery. All right, my third and final note is for my spotlights, I'm not planning on including series that started and ended before the year 2000, and that's just because they're super hard to find. If it is something that you're really interested in seeing, that's something else to put in the comments below and I'll get back to you. So the first series right off the bat is one I absolutely love. I'm so excited to tell you about it. It is the Kebab Kitchen Mystery Series. Oh, it's so good. The main character is Lucy. She is an ex-lawyer who now works at her family's Mediterranean restaurant on the Jersey Shore in New Jersey. The first book is called Hummus and Homicide. It'll be right here. Things are slow in the off-season in this Jersey Shore town, but Lucy doesn't mind. She doesn't even mind waitressing at the kebab kitchen. Her parents have put in a new hummus bar with every flavor from lemon to roasted red pepper. Yum, I love hummus. Oh my gosh. It's fun to see their calico cat again and to catch up with her old BFF, who's married to a cop now. She could do without Heather Banks, though. The Gucci-toting ex-cheerleader is still as nasty as she was back in high school. And unfortunately, she's just taken over as the local health inspector. Just minutes after eating at the kebab kitchen, where she's tallied up a whole list of bogus violations, she falls dead in the street. Word on the grapevine is it's homicide, and Lucy is the #1 suspect. There are 5 books in this series. It has recipes in it. I can't recommend it enough. It is super fun. I told you I love books about very large families. Gosh, it's fabulous. So the next series is one that I have not heard a lot about, but there are 13 books in it. So I'm super excited to put it on my TBR because it sounds really intriguing. It is the Culinary Mystery Series by Josie S. Kilpack. Book 1 is called Lemon Tart. It'll be right here. The main character is Sadie Hoffmiller. It says that she is a homemaker. In this debut volume, cooking aficionado turned amateur detective Sadie Hoffmiller tries to solve the murder of her beautiful young neighbor, a single mother who was mysteriously lured from her home while a lemon tart was baking in the oven. At the heart of Sadie's search is the woman's missing 2-year-old child. Oh. Whoever took the child must be the murderer, but Sadie is certain that the police are looking at all the wrong suspects, including her. For an added treat, original mouth-watering recipes for Sadie's lemon tart, homemade Alfredo sauce, carrot cookies, brownies, and a grainy gingerbread bundt cake are sprinkled throughout the book. Oh my gosh. I love anything lemon, and most of those other recipes sound really, really delicious as well. Again, there are 13 books in this series, and I'm totally ready to check out book 1. Let me know if you have read it. All right, guys, we are continuing on with L's. The first author I want to talk about is Kylie Logan. She actually writes the next 2 series I'm going to talk about, and both of them are absolutely fantastic. I've read all the books in both series and I love them, love them, love them. So the first series is The Ethnic Eats. Book 1 is called Irish Stewed. It's right here. The main character in this series is Laurel Inwood. She is a personal chef turned greasy spoon diner cook. This series takes place in Ohio. After flopping as a personal chef to a Hollywood movie star, jobless Laurel Inwood finds herself humbled in Hubbard, Ohio, helping her Aunt Sophie run her restaurant. Much to Laurel's dismay, Sophie's terminal at the tracks is not the cozy bistro her aunt would have had her believe. It's a run-down greasy spoon in an old railroad station. To save the dingy diner, Laurel cooks up a plan to feature alternating ethnic cuisines as specials. But first, there's the problem of the body in the booth. Yeah, and that's a big problem. Slumped over a table with a receipt spike in his back, is Jack Lancer, who's known as the Lance of Justice, an investigative reporter for local TV news. Assisted by the drop-dead gorgeous owner of the neighboring Irish store, who may or may not be a suspect, Laurel sets out to track down a killer who had no reservations about impaling a newshound. But as she turns up the heat, will she end up in the soup herself? This series includes 3 books. I'm telling you, it is great. And there are some delicious sounding recipes. Not that I've made any of them, but they sound really good and I want to. I don't know if that counts for anything, but I really, really enjoyed the series. So the next series that I mentioned that's also by Kylie Logan is the Chili Cook-Off Mystery Series. Book 1 is called Chili Con Carnage. It's right here. The main character is Maxie Pierce. She is a chili cook-off circuit chef. This series takes place in Texas. Romance is supposed to be the spice of life, but Maxie Pierce is so done with bad relationships. Well, almost. She just has to get rid of the latest loser, Roberto. Besides, she has more important things to worry about. Her daddy, Texas Jack Pierce, king of the chili cook-off circuit, has been missing for nearly 6 weeks now. In his place, she must team up with her irritating half-sister Sylvia to promote the family business at the Chili Showdown, to be judged by celebrity chef Carter Donnelly. But when Maxie discovers Roberto's body in the trailer only hours after publicly breaking up with him while wearing a giant red chili pepper costume, she suddenly finds herself in the spotlight as the police pepper her with questions. Now, what this chili chick needs is to kick up the search to catch the real killer and get back to finding her father. There are 3 books in this series. It also includes recipes, and I'm telling you, it is so much fun. Even reading the synopsis of this, I was like, oh my gosh, I so want to read this. And then I realized, you have. And I really, really recommend both of those series by Kylie Logan. So the next series is called the Chocolate Whisperers series. It's by Colette London. Book 1 is called Criminal Confections. It'll be right here. The main character in this is Hayden Mundy Moore. She is a luxury consultant and a traveling chocolate lover. I don't know much about this series, but it sounds really interesting because if for no other reason, it's about chocolate, and I love chocolate. All right, so book 1 says, Hayden Mundy Moore is an expert on everything chocolate, helping clients develop new products and revamp recipes until they're irresistible. But sometimes a dash of murder finds its way into the mix. Hayden Mundy Moore has bushwhacked through African jungles and haggled in exotic markets to find the finest cacao beans and the most flavorful blends. It's thrilling work, but rarely dangerous until a colleague turns up dead at the exclusive chocolate-themed restaurant spa in San Francisco. Adrian Dowling's heart attack is blamed on an accidental overdose of the secret ingredient used in La Matraire Chocolate's new line. Hayden can't believe that conscientious Adrian would make that mistake. And between chocolate body scrubs, cocoa mud baths, and a nonstop frenzy of chocolate-based treats, Hayden starts to suspect that she, not Adrian, was the intended target. Finding a killer among the rival chocolatiers and potential suspects won't be just satisfying. It might save her life. There are 5 books in that series. I know, it sounds really good. I'm going to have to look into that one. So the next and final series in the L's is the Cookie Cutter Mystery Series by Virginia Lowell. Book 1 is called Cookie Dough or Die. It's right here. It says Olivia Grayson is the proud owner of the Gingerbread House, a quaint shop that specializes in all things cookies. And her best friend Maddie is her sidekick, baking up scrumptious treats for their cookie-themed parties. but now they must take a break from baking and find a killer, or else their reputation and quite possibly their lives will be battered for good. There's 6 books in that series. It sounds so cute. I'm gonna have to look into that one too. So guys, that is Spotlighting Cozies Culinary Edition. We looked and went through letters K and L. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what else you would like to see. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everyone.